Okay, so dear colleagues, this is the hall number 3 of the Congress of the IKSAD. And I'm checking the printed program, and then we can start because we have only 1 minute to start. Thus, in the printed program, the first speaker is Sándor Földvári, that is me. I will speak 10 minutes. Then the second is Voronau, Popa, Radesh Vasile, and Richard Constantinescu. Are they here? Yeah. Then the next is Professor Sarina Karman. The next is Professor Maske and Dr. Pafil. And next is Professor Rezarda Gashi. Yeah, you are here. So after my presentation, you will be next, okay? Dear Dr. Rezarda Gashi,
Okay.
after my presentation, you will be the second. And then Dr. Manoy Chauhan, you are here. Yeah, you will be the third. Okay, you will be the third paper presenter. Then Dr. Neja Ayu Tefara and Sarbiet Singh. I can't see. Okay, so dear colleagues, we have to keep the perfect order. We have to follow the printed program. So our session is open. The first paper presenter is Sándor Földvári from Hungary. This is me. My topic, as it is in the printed program, that gas under the Black Sea in Ukrainian maritime territories and its significance in the aspect of Turkey's role in peacebuilding. It's a very complicated topic. However, I have already published some papers in this topic. Therefore, at this moment, I will show presentation because I want to economy with the time, and I summarize the most important factors. Thus, what does it mean, the Ukrainian maritime water? As everybody can know, that the Black Sea has very significant gas and oil reserves. And at the south bank of the Black Sea, Turkey has already conducted research for the gas, that is shale gas. So, okay, not the traditional conservative gas, but shale gas. But the whole world now going to explore the shale gas. And a very famous Turkish boat, so-called Oruç Reis. It is a very special Turkish boat, equipped with special equipment for engineers, and Turkey thus conducted research under maritime water in the Mediterranean Sea, than in the Black Sea, because earlier Turkey's needs for gas was fulfilled in 1/3 part. So Turkey needs some amount of gas year by year, okay, but I am not presenting. I'm finishing with five minutes. This is in the chat that someone wants it. Okay, after my presentation, I'm finishing in 5 minutes. The topic is that Turkey has a special amount of gas, for instance, 100%, and earlier Turkey had natural resources of gas and shale gas together in 1/3, that is 33%. Then in the 20s, in the early 20s, Turkey discovered new gas reserves in the Black Sea, and now Turkey can fulfill its needs in gas in 2/3 part, thus in about 66%. But still 1/3 part is missing. So Turkey has to import gas. On the other hand, in the northern part of the Black Sea, there is the Crimean Peninsula, and there are oil and gas deposits under the sea. Those are Ukrainian maritime waters, but occupied by Russia. And on one hand, Ukraine cannot exploit these oil and gas, and on the other hand, Russia don't exploit this oil and gas because Russia has no technology, because we are speaking about shale gas, and Russia has no technology. And Western companies, such as the Italian Eni and the Dutch Shell and others, I will list these in the full paper, thus went away when Russia invaded Ukraine, when Russia occupied Crimea more than 10 years ago, and when Russia invaded Ukraine. However, Turkey has modern technology to exploit the shale gas. Turkey needs shale gas, and last but not least, Turkey has a relative people in Crimea, the native inhabitants on Crimea, the Tatars. Crimean Tatars are a relative people of Turkish people, and several times President Erdogan, the president of Turkey, definitely declared that he support Crimea to return to Ukraine. So Erdogan can't accept the Russian occupation, and the Turkish diplomacy stands for Ukraine. And these events happened already some years ago, and Erdogan supported Ukraine already 3 and 2 years ago. But what is the last point? That this year, the so-called coalition of willing that was shaped in Europe, thus Great Britain, so United Kingdom, Great Britain and Northern Ireland and United Kingdom and France, and they accepted Turkey with great friendship. And what is the very significant example was this friendship, that the new General Secretary of the NATO, the Dutch Mark Rutte, earlier criticized Erdogan from the aspect of the liberal point of view when Mark Rutte was the Prime Minister of the Netherlands. But when Mark Rutte is the General Secretary of NATO, Mark Rutte building friendship with Turkey because Turkey has the strongest and greatest and largest, so any aspect, the most powerful army in the NATO after the United States. And when Trump decreased the support to the NATO, thus the coalition of willings led by France and the United Kingdom is building closely friendship with Turkey. Thus Turkey has a very strong political position. Turkey has good technology to exploit the gas, and Ukraine has significant gas deposits not only to the west from the Crimean Peninsula, but to the east from the Crimean Peninsula too, next to the Kerch Peninsula. And my conclusion is that Turkey can and must invest, because it will be a good business to invest Turkish capital to exploit Ukrainian gas under the Black Sea, and Turkey may get some part of this gas, and Turkey may use the cheap manpower from Crimean Tatars, because it's much cheaper if a Turkish company invests to exploiting the gas. But the war, the Russian invasion must be ended, and the whole world is waiting for the end of the war, and after the end of the war this will be a very good opportunity for investment from Turkey and good opportunity for Ukraine to rebuild. So this is my topic. I will give the full paper. So thank you so much, and okay, if you have some question that I propose the discussion to left at the end of the session, okay, and now I am inviting the next